What's going on, guys? Taking a look here at Aerodrome. Aerodrome just hit the 106.42 level perfectly overnight here on the 4th of June. Look at that perfect hit at 106.42. That's one of the new levels, guys. Guys, welcome to the channel. We're taking a look today at Aerodrome Finance, ticker symbol AERO USD. This will be a daily chart we're looking at. I just went over the 3-minute chart there and showing you the power of these levels here I share on the chart. Let's take a look at Aerodrome. It's currently down 1.73%. We're getting a sell-off here in a lot of these coins here, these smaller cap coins, and we're going to talk about what's going on with the price. So welcome to the channel, guys. Let's zoom in here on tradingview.com. So Aerodrome Finance actually is in play for the two new lower levels we spoke about in the past couple of videos. So we are getting we actually have, unfortunately, a lower low. We took the lows out of the 23rd, and we just bounced perfectly off the 106.42 level. 106.42. You want to know how perfect the bounce was? Today's low so far is 106.420. And if you go back to the last video, go back to the last Aerodrome video I did and take a look at the price levels I have on the chart. 106.42, 98.224. Those are the two new levels that I said could be in play here. As these levels get approached, right? So as they are in play, they can act. So for this example, price level below the market, they can act as a support level. So the 106.42 is acting as a support level right now. 98.224 might not come into play at all, but the same, we would look at it as the same thing. We would look for price to find support there. So today, the 4th of June, 106.42 acting as support for a period of time. Does it mean this is where the bottom will be? Well, there's a good likelihood, but it could just be a couple hours, maybe a day or two, and then the markets actually, maybe they'll rally up a little bit and then continue to roll over to the downside. Maybe 98.224 comes into play. But we're getting a nice bounce so far. So, hey, we'll see how long it goes. Maybe it will mature a little bit and actually, start to have the price go back to the upside. That's pretty much what we look for with these, is we look for a bounce off a lower level, and then that'll take us up to a new higher level. Let's show you the 3-minute chart. So if you go up here to the left-hand side, you click on the arrow that's next to the daily, you click 3-minute. We're going to make this a little bit bigger here. Check out this bounce here perfectly off the 106.42 level, just like that. I mean, it doesn't get more perfect than that. That is, let's see, from where the 1.21% below the current trading price. All right, let's go back to the daily and let's talk about a couple scenarios that could play out here for Aerodrome. We're going to take away the watch list to get some more screen real estate here. So we have a new lower low. So that's not ideal, okay? Yes, it's at a very important level, but we were in a nice, let's see, lower high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low. We'll see if we get a bounce here to a lower high and then another lower low, and that might be the one that takes us down to 98.224. That would give us a solid change in trend back to the downside. There's no guarantees that's going to play out, but that is one way it could play out. We obviously don't know where the low will be in for this move down here. There's a likelihood that we're going to see the low here for, a couple hours, at least at the 106.42. We'll see if it, again, matures into something else that actually can start to bounce here. But so far we have a lower low. We took the lows out from the 23rd of May. So not the greatest for the bulls. Just like the market bounced off the 128 level and then started a new move in the opposite direction, the same thing could play out right here, guys. We're bouncing off the 106.42. We could start a new trend in the opposite direction, which would be back to the upside. If we start to do that, we should see a move take place that takes us back above the 128 up into the 133 or the 136. That would be the next levels that would be in play. So we spoke about, if we step back just a little bit, we spoke about, since we found resistance at 128, what could be in play right now is 106.42, excuse me, and then 98.224. So market's doing exactly what it should be doing, and it tells us what it's going to do ahead of time. We just have to have the patience and let it play out. So if we get a higher low tomorrow, we don't continue to make new lows. So this market continues to make new lows, new lows, new lows. We need to stop doing that. Once we stop doing that, it'll give us a little bit more confidence that the price is actually going to rise for a period of time. But until then, that's like what people say. They, they like to buy the dip. They like to buy the bottom. The market can continue to make new daily lows. Where's the bottom? Eventually markets will bounce at some point, but it doesn't mean it'll hold. So DCAing, dollar cost averaging in, when markets continue to make new lows, yeah, it can work. It's a dangerous place to be. I mean, we know the price can go to zero, okay? I'm not saying Aerodrome, but just in general, the price can go to zero. Dangerous. I don't know. It's just not the way that I like to look at the markets. If you're a long-term investor in like an index fund, you like the dollar cost average in over many, many, many years, I don't think the index is going to zero. But individual stocks, you can get really hurt doing that. You can buy what you think is the bottom and prices can go much, much lower. Anyways, I forget why I'm even talking about that. So we don't know where the low is. We know that it's at a level that's likely going to be the low for a little bit of, a period of time, 106.42. But we really want to stop making new daily lows and start making new higher lows for the day. And that'll tell us that, hey, this market has potentially bottomed for now, and now we're going to start to look at higher prices. Again, if I had to take a quick guess here, I didn't run any calculations. It should be up there to the 136 level. Could be the next in play here. So that would be above 128, obviously, and then up there to the 133, 136, perhaps a little bit higher. That could be the next swing in play here. Once we start to gain some momentum here to the upside and stop putting in new daily lows, and today is another one. So something like a move like this could be in play here if the lows come in today, boom, and then, perhaps a move like this. Obviously, that would give us a new higher high right there. We would take out the highs from the 128 level, and that would be great to see. So that's kind of a little bit of hopium here, but judging by and knowing how these price levels work, I wouldn't be surprised to see the lows be in today, and then we start to make higher lows, as soon as tomorrow's candle, the 5th of June, and then we get some kind of a swing higher. We'll see how far that goes. Obviously, we don't know, but it could, there is potential for it to be up to that 133 to 136. Also, something else, guys, there's a lot on the chart. You can look at the charts very basic, or you can dive into them. Also, sometimes when markets take out important levels, so either lows or highs, for this example, would be sometimes when markets take out an important level like this low, that can be like what they call a shakeout. So you can get a shakeout, even though it's not ideal to make a new lower low. Sometimes markets will actually undercut an important low, and that'll be the bottom, and then they'll actually rally in the other direction. Markets did that up here. They took out the highs, then they actually went in the opposite direction. So you'll see that breakdowns and breakouts. So a breakdown would be what we're seeing right now. We're actually breaking below an important low. And breakouts above important high, so that high would have been the 21st of May, aren't always bullish or aren't always bearish. From time to time, they can actually be a shakeout. So they trigger traders into either a short or a long position, and then the markets actually move in the opposite direction, having those traders actually cover their positions, their stops are hit, and it continues the buying or the selling frenzy in the opposite direction. So we'll see what happens here. So far, great to see 106.42 acting as support. We'll see if it can develop into anything more. Maybe we stop putting in new daily lows, putting a higher daily low starting on the 5th of June, and then we start to look at higher price targets. Bitcoin isn't looking that bad, so I don't think these markets are toast, as in like all of these altcoins right now are toast. So before I get too far into it, Aerodrome Finance down 1.67%. We're bouncing perfectly off the 106.42. It's in play. There is a chance 98.224 comes into play. Maybe we get a day or two bounce here, or maybe just a couple hours, and then we start to break lower as people start to wake up here on the East Coast. If it is the bottom and we start to put in new daily higher lows starting, tomorrow, the 5th, we could be in play here for a break above 128, taking us up to that 133, 136. I'll have some exact pricing up here in the next video. So I don't have that in yet, but the next Aerodrome video, I'll have that in yet. We'll see. What do you think? You think Aerodrome is toast? Is it done? Is it over? Are we heading lower? Are these markets about to roll over big time, or are they just getting warmed up? Bitcoin is very close to having an explosive, at least it looks like that, move to the upside. It's got a little bit of work to do, a little bit of resistance, but I don't think it's dead just yet. Guys, thanks for watching. If you're not yet a subscriber to the channel, join us here. Appreciate it. All links down below. Have a fantastic Tuesday, the 4th of June. Take it easy.